We figured it out.
We figured it out.
We're good from here.
Hey, everybody. Probably wondering why we were on another hiatus. Technical difficulties led to a downward spiral for the Not Supposed to Be Your podcast.
Yeah.
Mr. Sloth over here was a part of the podcast last week, but the podcast was not recorded on his end due to some storage issues on his iPad that we were unaware of until tonight. Still not greatly happy with Riverside. Still gonna be looking at some other things, but a lot of other things happen in life. So we're dealing with the old stream right now through the Riverside. Probably gonna look at one whose logo is a duck. And if Riverside's listening to this, all maybe they should get their act together. StreamYard.
A lot of good things about StreamYard. A lot of good things I hear.
I mean, there's a lot of good things about Riverside, too.
I think that if they just cut the fuck out with the updates for like every week for 9 months fucking straight, I think you go back like 4 months ago, Riverside was the shit. Connected automatically, worked everywhere, phenomenal. I mean, it was the shit. And then they went to shit. It was the shit, and now it is shit. I mean, it went from the shit to shit quickly.
The problem is they really steered into this local streaming thing.
Mm-hmm.
So when it records for me, it's literally just recording what I'm doing, and then it's matching you.
Mm-hmm.
And so whatever you're doing is recording. So there's always a delay between the two of us. And that's what causes a lot of the problems. And it causes a lot of, like, issues within the pod. Because a lot of times you'll be saying something, I won't hear anything that's happening. Because it's so focused on recording you in your own space and not transferring it to me. To where, like, a FaceTime is just like a live. Like, whatever you say, I hear it. If there's a connection issue, there's a connection issue. It's for both parties. Here, there's no nothing. I started eating these honey roasted peanuts, and I cannot stop.
I have an ingrown hair about the size of a penny right now on my upper thigh, and it is fucking painful, okay? I just tried giving it the beans, and I want to cry. I'm not going to cry, but I want it to be known that I want to cry.
Can you explain what a penny is to our viewers who have never seen one because they're not a thing anymore?
So long time ago, back in our day, we used to have like actual physical coins that were used as U.S. currency. And one of those coins, about yay big, actually don't have one right here, was known as the penny. Now, that specific coin that was known as the penny was worth 1 cent. I know what you're thinking. Well, if they had those, why aren't they here anymore? Well, if you think about it, it actually costs more money to make them than they were worth. And after a period of time, they were like, you know what, this doesn't really make a lot of logical sense. Everybody uses them, so we're just not going to got rid of them. So,
yeah.
This thing is bleeding sure the copper like a faucet. Okay, I'm bleeding like a faucet right now.
That's the worst. Oh, my God, it
hurts.
It's going to pull up. It's going to smell like a penny, probably. Especially you got a lot of iron in your blood right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We're good. I'm moving past it. Look at my fingers. We're moving right past it. We're fighting right along.
Big news happened about a couple, 30 minutes ago now. Maxx Crosby to the Ravens.
Yeah.
You and I were just talking about it. Never saw that fucker coming.
Nope, did not. Honestly, I'm quite surprised.
Talk about a dark horse.
Yeah, the problem is like, it's just another one of those teams. It's another one of those Dallases. It's like Dallas, fucking, what is it? The Chargers, Baltimore. It's like just phenomenal teams that just can't win. That can't win at all.
They just can't string it together.
I don't know what's worse. Like if you made it to like one Super Bowl and you won the Super Bowl, let's say once every 20 years, or you like were always in the hunt and always a top team and always like head or second in your division, you always make the playoffs and you always lose in the playoffs and never make the Super Bowl. Like what is better or worse? I don't know.
I don't know. As a team that's been in the drought for a long time, it's very hard to say.
Yeah, as from an outside,
I'd like to see that one.
I just don't see it happen. I think that the window is just heavily closed on the Detroit Lions at this point. I really do. Anything can happen, obviously, but I really feel like 2023 when they were in the NFC Championship against San Francisco. I just think that was the best chance that they had, and I think it's very quickly fading, which is a shame. So it's really a shame for you guys. Yeah.
You know what else is a shame? Price of gas.
I mean, the good news, though, seriously, if you think about it, is like, and I was talking to somebody at work the other day about this because they were bitching about the Lions, whatever, and I go, you can literally hang your hat on the fact that, like, no matter what, you're going to be good. You know what I mean? Like, all the shit talk, like, the fact that the conversation is like, oh, the window closed on the Super Bowl. If I came to you 10 years ago and I said, Willard, I think that the window of the Super Bowl is closed, like, you would be like, how are we even in the conversation? You know what I mean? So, like, the fact that the people who are shitting on the Lions are like, oh, well, you might not win the division. Or, you might not make it to the Super Bowl. It's like, yeah, buddy, we were happy to win fucking 6 games 10 years ago. You know what I mean? So it's like, no matter what, you're going to be good, and anything can happen. It takes one injury, from the wrong team at the wrong time, a fucking Bo Nix in the championship for you guys to be sitting in the Super Bowl. So, and your team's good. Like, it's not like they can't win. It's just tough. It's hard being in that division, first of all. Unbelievably good division. Very, very, very George Straw there, which is hilarious because notoriously it sucked. It's been such a shit division forever, and the one time that you guys get good, everybody wants to get good. It's a shame.
Yeah. If we're in the AFC, you can throw us almost anywhere in the AFC. We just fucking roll.
Yeah. Imagine if you were with like the Cardinals, not the Cardinals, the fucking Tampa Bay and Carolina, and all of them. Like,
oh my god,
you know what I mean? There's a tiebreaker at the end of the year to see who with a losing record is going into the playoffs. Like, you know what I mean? You guys are just in a gauntlet. You're in an absolute gauntlet.
It's horrible.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
It's true.
It's horrible. And who are you playing? Fucking Miami?
We have the Jets.
Walter?
Buffalo.
Remove yourself. A dog, man. Been a very interesting past couple days for me.
Yeah, you've been all over.
Haven't slept much.
You've been all over the place.
Been a little here, a little there. Haven't been to Canada. Who would want to go there?
I was going to say, not much point in going there.
Maybe the Ayatollah. He's not existent right now, so a lot going on in geopolitics right now.
Yeah, you got to remind me when this is done. I got to talk to you about something.
There's a lot just going on in the world right now. There's just a lot of action happening everywhere. Savannah Guthrie's mom still missing.
Oh,
so
that's a very pressing thing. I don't understand though. I haven't paid attention to it at all.
It's wild to me.
I don't understand it. I don't get how that. There's not a world, in my opinion, where that's not.
Yeah, I don't know. I was talking to my grandma about this last night, and it's just like they can literally catch almost any person nowadays doing anything because there's so many cameras. There's just so much technology out there now. And you're telling me this lady had like multiple lines of things that the police can use for like tracking and stuff. Like she had a Ring camera. Apparently didn't have the subscription for it. So apparently that just means like, it's just out in the fucking open. She's got a pacemaker, which lets off a tracking signal or whatever. They can't find it. She had a cell phone. There's that. Some random guy just removed her from her house.
I just don't understand how we can literally fly into another country in the middle of the night and legitimately take their presence, fly back in our country without anybody knowing in a matter of 2 hours. But we can't find this bitch in fucking 2 weeks. Like, what? It's an inside job.
2 weeks? It's been 45 days.
Whatever the fucking long. Yeah, I don't know. It's an inside job at this point. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that the daughter
wild.
might be completely out of it. You know, she might genuinely be like, oh, she's gone, there's nothing to do, whatever. Somebody in the family knows what's going on. 100%.
That's what I'm saying. Well, the son-in-law was the one that was like originally in question. They were like, it's him.
Yeah.
And because he was the last one who saw her.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the guy who like was on the Ring camera had a similar build. And like, it was like a brand new backpack that the guy was wearing. Apparently he had some gloves or something. But apparently the gloves were connected to somebody else. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I said, you know, if the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Yes.
Work for.
Yep. Yep. And that's accurate. That's fucking accurate.
Some people say he spread his hand out like this so that it wouldn't fit. But obviously the glove was too small for his hand. It was somebody with lady hands. People don't believe me when I actually like look at them and I say I genuinely believe OJ didn't do it. But I'll always stand by the fact that it's not that OJ didn't kill Ron Goldman. It's that OJ didn't kill Nicole Brown Simpson.
Yes. See, I think that we're at
like,
the stage where it's the son.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I firmly believe.
The oldest
son. Yep.
The eldest son.
He came, realized what happened. Other guy shows up. He handles that. That's firmly what I believe. I'll die on that hill.
Yeah.
I've gotten to like arguments with people about that too.
Well, people always think I'm joking when I'm like, yeah, I don't think OJ killed her. And they're like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, you got to understand the facts. And it's like, you know, this is my theory. You know, this is what I believe. But there's a lot of things that point to it. And, you know.
Mm-hmm. And nobody knows
people
that were there. You know, that's the reality. Yeah. Nobody knows.
The thing is on OJ's deathbed, I wish he would have just like let it out. You know, he would have just been like, all right, this is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because we know that he knows the truth behind what was going on there.
Yep.
So, yeah.
It would have been.
Yeah.
That's something that you got to do. Like, especially like not like, oh, I might die, but like you're 100% going to die. Let that shit out. You know what I mean? Let it out.
Yeah.
Or tell somebody,
yeah.
you know, that way after you die, they can be like, oh, I secretly recorded this conversation. Just to bring closure to the world. Because, like, that's something, especially now that he's dead, like, we're never going to know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we always have to be like, well, my theory. I want to know. You know, I'd love to be wrong, but I don't believe that he did it. And you can't fucking convince me that he did. So, you know, don't even fucking try to.
It's just upsetting that we never met him.
I know. I would have loved to meet the guy. Would have loved to have met him.
I'm trying to think about, he got out of prison, what, in like 2018, 2019, something like that?
I don't know. Were we still in high school?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think we had graduated by the point that he got out. I remember I tweeted the juice is loose, though, or something.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
So. Maybe we were still in high school. I don't remember. He was a good guy, though. I don't understand, you know.
We were.
Why were we so upset
2017, right before. October 1st.
Yeah, right before we graduated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, okay, hold on. More news from the Schefter. The Cowboys were willing to offer... Sorry, I had to click on it because it was too much to read in the little news bracket. The Cowboys were willing to offer a first round and a second round pick to the Raiders for Maxx Crosby, but logically, understandably, the Raiders opted out for the first 2 round picks to the Ravens.
Yeah, no fucking shit. That's a lot. The Ravens are going all in. Clearly.
We already saw this. Why is this popping up on my thing now?
It's big.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Big Dog's gone. I would be, you know, slightly interested to see if the Lions put anything in for him.
Honestly,
I just don't think they did.
That it was, you know, first and a second or 2 firsts, and you're just like, yeah, no, it's not going to happen, which I can respect. $635.
What is $635?
Oh, that new MacBook.
I need to look at it. I need to visualize it right now. What's this new MacBook?
If you could look up MacBook, it'll be the first thing that comes. It's $600. It's like their cheaper version of it.
The MacBook Neo 18 Pro. I can't do a Mac. I really can't. It's just so for somebody who uses so many applications that are within that are meant for Microsoft, it's just so hard to use a MacBook.
I would love to just buy another one of these, but they're outrageously. I mean, it'd be $1,400 for me to get exactly what I have right now. I didn't think about how old that. Think of how old this iPad is, though. Like, I got this thing before I went to college. You know, I've had this thing for a long time.
The iPad I have now, I've had since. What was the iPhone? I think it was the iPhone 14 Pro Max that I had. I've got this and that at the same time.
I think it was earlier.
It was the iPhone 13.
It was like 12.
Well, okay, because it's when I switched to Verizon.
I remember you getting.
And so, because it was purple. I remember it was whatever phone I had that was purple.
Yes, it was. So it was. I really feel like it was a 12. It was a 12 plus, but I could be wrong.
No, the 12 was definitely at Spectrum because if I remember right, I had the 11 Pro Max, the 13 Pro Max, and then almost immediately after getting the 13 Pro Max, I got the 14 Pro Max because I left Spectrum because that was when they were having the issues with the Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Apple IDs and stuff like that. And then I was with Verizon for a couple years. And then I kept that phone, went to Xfinity, had that for 2 years. Yeah, so I mean, this iPad's got to be, 6 years old.
I am
5 years old. But an iPad and an iPhone are very different. I don't know. We also used to use our iPads a lot more than we do now.
This is the only.
Think about it,
this iPad gets used for two things. It's for this podcast, and it's for my son's reading shit, his photonics reading. That's it. It's literally it. It says, if I bought the MacBook, it would literally only be for the podcast. What the fuck am I getting on a laptop for? The answer is nothing.
At least with the laptop. See, that's why I keep being maybe I should just get the iPad Pro Max or the iPad Pro.
And Deer Camp.
Yeah. But I have my laptop. I only use my laptop for Army stuff and I use my laptop for Army stuff and schoolwork. And then my iPad I only use for the podcast. Sometimes I use my laptop for it. So I keep going back and forth, and it's I still want the versatility of the iPad, but I also want the functionality of the laptop. So I don't know. It's real hard for me.
Yeah. I would love to
because you can get it
right now again, but they're expensive.
Well, you could get a mouse and stuff for it.
Yeah.
So.
No, you're not inaccurate with what you're fucking saying right now. So
you can get a Mies. Hey, full circle moment though at the new house. I've got Spectrum again, baby.
Well, full circle. Spectrum can suck my ass. So
some people love it, some people hate it.
I used to love it. I now at this point in my life fucking hate it. So
it's just not good in Davison for some reason. Something about Davison is just not that great. But think about how good it was at your dad's house. We never
way too much money to not have as good of internet as I can possibly have. I mean, it's outrageous how much I pay a month to have not just the best internet alive.
Yeah, it is kind of nuts. But it was like that for me at my trailer too. There would just be times where it would just drop, and you're like, why is it dropping? They did eventually fix it at one point in time, but I don't know. I mean, I left them so early. I had Verizon internet at one point in time there because the Spectrum was so bad.
Hate it.
But anything's better than Frontier. I don't know if you remember back in the day when I had the old tier at the front.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I had that thing, that app that I had to run my data through my phone at my parents' house so that I could play video games because the Frontier wasn't strong enough for me to play video games online. But
Mm-hmm.
the app on my phone would allow, but it wouldn't count towards my hotspot or whatever.
I also recall.
Good old times. Good old times. I can tell you this. I've intaked so much liquid in the past couple of days. It's insane. I drank probably 7 bottles of water yesterday, a Red Bull, 2 coffees, a Mountain Dew. It's just, 2 Gatorades. I've just been so thirsty lately, and I don't know what it is.
Could be the chip resurfacing.
The what?
The chip.
Oh, it could be. Could be. Could it be? I don't know. I'm trying to think. Have I had any spicy food since that? I haven't had any extremely spicy food. I've had some Diablo sauce here and there from Taco Bell.
See, because like even to get the base, I'll put this away, but even to get the base model iPad, like not the iPad Air, not the iPad Pro, just the base iPad is $500. Like
Yeah.
600, I can get a MacBook and have everything I need and whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, they have a chokehold on the market.
No, they do. They absolutely do. And I don't have anything against it, because I get what they're doing. I really do. They're going to end up making cars. Like, I firmly believe that Apple, Amazon, like, they're going to just make cars, and it'll just be like GM that makes them, Ford that makes them, but it'll be like an Apple car. You know what I mean? An Amazon. Like, that's going to happen. 100%. They're going to own the world.
I think Apple already tried to do the car thing, and it didn't work out very well for them.
Yeah, well, it might not happen for a long time, but I think at some point in time, it just might. It just might.
I mean, I like to really think about the Tesla. And one of these companies, that's what's going to happen, is one of these companies is going to somehow integrate with like a Tesla, because Tesla,
like
Tesla's
Apple by Tesla or something as like Apple interface.
Yeah. So like, because they can't, they'll never be able to buy like a GM, a Chrysler, or a Mopar, or anything like that. Now they could get lucky and get like a Hyundai, or like something that doesn't have as strong as a U.S. base.
Yeah.
But they'll never get like a Toyota, because Toyota's too big across all things. Toyota's like one of the number one selling vehicles even here in the States. So I mean, yeah, very interesting. Be very interesting. Have you ever watched that Last Breath movie?
I don't know.
It's got Woody Harrelson in it. I gotta think about what it's on. Lauren and I went and watched it in the theaters. Very, very good movie. It's all about these underwater welders or whatever.
I don't think. I'm thinking of Don't Breathe. We went and saw Don't Breathe. Know that.
Yeah, we did go see Don't Breathe. That's the one with the light, or the blind guy. Last Breath. It is on Prime Video. I highly suggest watching that movie. Very good. Very dramatic. There's a Toyota in that, and that's what made me think about the movie. When I used to drive my Tacoma, though, I mean, that was a nice truck. Nice little get around. It's just like the Colorado, The Colorado is such a nice like vehicle to have, because it's just enough of an SUV for you, and it's just enough of a truck for you. But they're the same price as a full size pickup.
That wasn't a very good text message I just received. Okay. Sorry. Keep talking. Give me 1 second.
All right. If a sheep's wool is white, I don't know what it means. But I do know.
No, I agree with what you're saying though about that. About the vehicles in general are it's whatever. It's just that's a rabbit hole conversation, because it's everything. It's everything. It's literally everything. I get into people every single day, every day at my job. I have to argue with people about this shit, because like they get so pissed off when I tell them like the price of things, and it's like, buddy, like everything is expensive now. Everything, fucking everything that you can think of, everything. You know what I mean? Everything is expensive. So like, I don't understand why you're yelling at me. Like, I don't disagree with what you're saying at all. You know what I mean? I'm not. I don't make it. It is what it is. I don't know what you want me to do about that. This is what it is. So we can either fucking keep it moving, or we can do whatever else. I don't know what to tell you. Everything. Yeah. Vehicles are outrageous. They're outrageous. Houses. Everything. This goes back into my rant from fucking 2 weeks ago. Everything is crazy. But, hey, you just got to work harder. Right?
Yeah. I mean, nothing's cheap.
That's what they say.
But hey, I mean, the gas is just crazy right now. I was on my way home.
It's about to be wild. It's about to be north of $5.
$3.69 right now.
Oh, it's going to be
Speedway by Maryland
pretty quickly. unless we do something, which we could.
We already sank one ship.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be really awesome if we had, all those reserve barrels, but it's neither here nor there.
I mean, it's like I said at work today. There's only one way to solve the problems that we're having, and that's more fracking.
Drill, baby, drill. You're not wrong.
I mean, there is literally only one way to solve our problem.
Or we just take them. We
fracking.
just take them from other places. We could do that too.
Could do that.
We could really do. I think that this isn't like a political rant. It's just kind of like stating the obvious at this point, regardless of like what side of the aisle you're on. I think that the last 3 to 4 months, I think, has really shown the world, not saying right, wrong, whatever, it's just the reality, that we can pretty much do whatever the fuck we want. And like, there's just very, very little that could stop us, it's I don't know a nice way to put it. I really don't. But there's just nothing that could stop us from doing pretty much whatever the fuck that we wanted to do. There's very, very little. And I think that everybody's starting to kind of get in line and grasp that concept, but you never know. Like, it was like, listening to this guy is just funny. I like listening to him. One of like the reporters was asking him like, "Oh, well, Spain said that like we can't use or that we can't use their air base or whatever." And he's just like, "Yeah, we'll go ahead and use it." And it's like, I mean, he's not wrong. Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we'll just go ahead and use that real quick. Appreciate it. Thanks for the, that's like the whole, like, I'm not asking for, permission. I'm more of simply telling you, what's going to happen. This wasn't like a, hey, is it okay if I do? It was more of a courtesy to let you know that this is what's going to happen. And I think it pisses a lot of people off, and that's fun. It's always fun to piss people off, which is good. A lot of that happening.
Yeah, I mean it's very interesting what's going on out there.
It's a wild time, man. I don't watch the news very often, but every once in a while I do. Like there did some. He had some panel for like how to save college sports. Okay, so it was like Nick Saban and a bunch of other guys, and like, the reporter asks him like something about like the Homeland Security lady that got fired or whatever, and he literally goes, "Bing bong, bing bong. Can we stay on topic here?" And I just start fucking cracking up laughing. He just goes, "Bing bong, bing bong." Like, what the fuck is going on? I love it. Love it. Good time to be alive. Good time to be an American.
Bing bong.
Bing bong.
Yeah, I don't know. I was watching a thing today, and it was all about like U.S. presidents and like what they've done to dictators and stuff like that. And they were talking about like when Bush, when we found Saddam Hussein hiding in a hole in the middle of Iraq, and like how bad that was. And then they're like, yeah. And then in 2017, Trump decided to tweet to Kim Jong-un, and that's
Little Rocket Man.
Yeah, Little Rocket Man, and then became the first president to ever step soil on North Korea. So
I mean, I swear to God, I think my favorite video of all time with like the whole like presidents thing is the back and forth of Obama talking about killing Bin Laden, and then Trump talking about killing the other guy, right? And he's like, well, we had a strong military attack. He's like, he died like a dog. Fucking that back and forth is incredible. You would think most people would like maybe knock knock or something on the door. These guys, they don't. They go right through the wall.
They go through the wall. You think they would go through a door? These guys don't.
Maybe a knock knock.
Like
nope.
You could just tell that was like the average American. Like the first time ever seen like a military operation, and he was just like absolutely like he was like, this was fucking insane. He's like, I thought they were gonna go through the door. They ripped the wall down.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that shit was funny.
Good times. Good times. How's the house front going for you, Mr. Willett? How's that process?
That's a lot. There's a lot of money just being flown out of the account right now. I'm kind of having a panic attack.
I talked about that.
It's going good. I mean, we're getting things done. There's just a lot to be done.
Sure.
In a very short amount of time. So.
Sure. I'm sure it is.
There's just not enough. There's not enough of me is the issue. It's like I said to you yesterday. I wish there was two of me, and I wish I could be the lazy one of the two.
Yeah.
I wish the other one could go out and be, the one that's dog tired right now. I have not been sleeping. And, you know, a lot of people are like, well, it's the stress, it's this, it's that. I don't know if it's the stress of the moving or if it's just like I have sleep issues because I've always had sleep issues. But I decided the other day, not like my conscious self, but like my body decided that we weren't going to go to sleep until like. So I have this thing. I've had this forever. Like I like will wake up at like if I fall asleep and I wake up, I can't go back to sleep for some reason. So I fell asleep for like 25 to 30 minutes. Woke up and I was just like, all right, now it's time for the fucking day to start.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck. So I get, you know, so I'm laying in the bed and an hour passes and I've tossed, I've turned, I've sat there and I've closed my eyes, I've counted sheep, I've said a prayer to Saint Mary and you know, Saint Michael as many times as I can. I talk to the Virgin Mary for a half hour. And I'm like, all right, I guess I just got to get up. So I get up, I go to the couch, I lay down, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to turn on Taken. And while it's a good movie, I know what's happening, and it's also a slow starting movie. So maybe if I just like put my mind on that, I'll fall asleep. Well, then I was fucking in the movie.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. I have a special set of skills, and I'm going to come fuck you in the ass.
I will find.
And I was just like, oh my God.
I will kill you.
I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I watched the whole movie.
I've had a few nights now over the last couple of weeks. It's happened to me probably 3 or 4 times now, actually, where it's kind of like a joke or, you know, whatever, but where you're actually tired. You know, it's not like, oh, I had a normal day, I'm kind of tired, I'm going to bed, but you're like physically, mentally, like you are just tired. You're not like, you know, whatever. You're tired. Like you could go to sleep. You're exhausted. And this happened like 3 or 4 times in the last couple of weeks where, you know, I'm going to make, I don't know, 10 o'clock, let's just say at night. And like, you know, I lay down, she lays down, so she falls asleep, Rosie's asleep, kids are asleep, everybody's asleep. And I'm laying there, and I'm tired too. So I, you know, roll over, and I do my nightly routine that I do to fall asleep every night. And then I just can't fall asleep. And like you rotate this way, then you rotate this way, you rotate this way, you rotate this way, you lay this way, you that way, you get up, you go to the bathroom, you get back down, you get up, you randomly walk in the living room, you walk back, you lay back down. Like I just physically, and like I'm looking at the clock and it's like 10:30, 11, 11:45, midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2:30. And you're like, motherfucker, like I would love to go to sleep right now, and you just can't. And I've done, and I know you've heard this before, but for people that haven't, I have done the same exact thing right before I fall asleep every single night of my life. Unless I was like hammered and blackout drunk or something, fell asleep. But like other than that, every single night without fail. Like I'll do whatever I'm going to do. I'll lay there for whatever time. And right before I'm about to fall asleep, my like trigger is I just pick a random dollar amount. And that's how much money I won in the lottery. And then I just go step by step by step by step by step of what I do. I mean that on my daughter's life. Like on my daughter's life, I cannot be more serious. I've done this every night since I was probably 15 years old. It's just my thing. It's like it's like my trigger to like have me go to sleep. So I like pick a number, you know, and it could be 50 million, 2 million, 2,000, you know, 150 billion, whatever it is. You know what I mean? I pick a random number. And I just go. I go from there. I'm like, okay, so I have this much to go. I get this much back in taxes. I take this and this, and I just kind of go down that in my head, and eventually I fall asleep every fucking night. And then when that doesn't work, then it's troubling times. It's troubling time. The new thing I've been doing, because I have those nights where I just can't quite fall asleep, is if I get through the whole lottery thing and I get to the end of it, you know, where I'm kind of done. Then I'm like, okay, well, I'm not asleep yet. So the new thing I've been doing is I pick a golf course that I know like extremely well. So like a Rolling Hills, for instance. And I'll just, I'll play the entire fucking 18 holes. Because like I know the course literally like the back of my hand with my eyes closed. So I'll just fall asleep and I'll be on hole 1. And every night's like a different drive. You know, like this night I drove it off to the right into the 18th fairway that's over there. And then I come back and I literally will play every fucking hole, every single shot. Miss a putt, make a putt, triple putt, all that. And then if I get through the whole 18, then we're like, we might as well not even go to bed. If I made it through the whole lottery and the whole golf and I'm not asleep yet, we're just not going to go to bed that night. We're just going to stay up. We're going to start.
Oh my God.
You think I'm joking? I swear to God, I'm being honest right now. I swear to God.
We have very different things that we think about.
Well, because I can't
It's
think
just
about
very.
life. I can't think about, because like that's what happens. You know, like those 3 or 4 nights where like I literally we're talking 3, 4 o'clock in the morning of me just laying there trying to fall asleep. Those are the nights where like you're thinking about everything. You know, you're thinking about like the house, you're thinking about money, you're thinking about work, you're thinking about kids, you're thinking about like everything, and it just you're like laying there and you can like feel your fucking head just fucking racing with shit. And you're like, okay, well, I work this, I make this, I got this, I can do this, my kid has this, house is this, job is this, and you just go boom, boom, boom. And those are the nights where I can't. So in order for my brain to not spiral out of control, right, I got to sit there and I go, okay, so we're not thinking about anything to do with work, kids, anything. We're just going to lock into the lottery. And then if that doesn't work, we're locking into golf. It's fun. I shoot really fucking low in my head. Tell you that.
I'll think about like the most random things before I go to bed. I'll like be laying there sometimes and I'll have a panic attack and I'll be like, I have no idea like where this form is that I like absolutely need. So I'm like, all right, tomorrow morning when I wake up, I have to go find this form. And I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I gotta go find that form. I'll be like, I don't know where my COVID vaccination card is. And people are like, what do you need that for? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm having a panic attack right now. What if the government comes for me?
What if they do? And you're not prepared. Why? Because you weren't focusing. You were too busy playing golf in your head trying to fall asleep.
The other night, before I went to bed, this is the thought that I had. I was literally laying there and I was like, it's got to be nice to be like Nancy Pelosi. And everybody, like, just to have, like, the knowledge of the stock market that she has, I'm like, it's just got to be nice. Like, to just, because she doesn't need to win the lottery. She doesn't need luck. She has, like, and like, inside trader or not, like, whatever you want to say, just like that ability to do what she does, like to have the money to put into it, the this and the that and the this and that. I'm like, God, it's just got to be nice to fall in a position.
It's
like
crazy
that. Like,
for all that.
And so then I started sitting there and thinking, yeah, and I'm like, how do you even get to that point? Like, how do you, as a senator, as a congresswoman, anything, like, how do you even get to like the points that these people get to?
Insider
Somebody like her, or and I was just sitting there and I'm like, this is crazy. Just wild to think about. Like, this is a woman who was just born the same way I was born, came out of a vagina or out of a C-section, whatever it was. And they're just like,
it's graphic.
Multi-millionaires just because they just chose the right thing to do it,
Well, I
65.
I think of the same shit like the fucking center from the Bears that just retired. Like if he played one more year, he'd get an extra $4 million. And my dad said it too. He's like, think about being in a position where you can just turn down the opportunity to play football for one more year to get $4 million. He's like, I'd suck it up for $4 million. Like $4 million. Like think if you have that much money, you have so much money that somebody says, hey, go play football. I'm not saying it's not hard, all that, whatever, but I'm just saying, go do whatever for one more year. You've already done it for 27 years. Do it one more year. Mm-hmm. You'll get $4 million. Now I'm good. He's 27 years old. He's 20. Yeah. He's a year older than us. He's 1 year older than us, and he's turning down $4 million. Insanity.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane. That's crazy.
And I mean, like, so he's probably already got, a house and such, like he's probably already got like a lot of assets and things like that already built up, paid for with cash. So if you really think about it, $4 million without investing it, without doing anything, if he just had $4 million, he just had it and he was like, all right, I'm going to now live off of $100,000 a
40
year.
years.
40 years. He can live off of $100,000 a year. That is more than the median income for most families.
Yeah. And he's like, nah, I'm good. I'm actually good. I'm actually just going to retire. No, I'm all set. Not like, oh, I broke my neck, or something like that, where like I can't play anymore, or, my knee's bad, whatever. Nope. Done.
Yeah. Yeah. And think about it. Like he could have just went out there and, he could have, played what? Because don't they have to play like 6 games?
It's something.
For it to be considered?
It's 8 now.
Yeah.
They've added, but whatever.
8, okay, so he goes out there and he plays 8 games and he's like, all right, guys, like it's just too much. My body can't handle it. I can't handle it mentally, this, that, or the other.
Yeah.
I just can't do it. And in 27 is young for even in that position. I mean, like, If he was like 32, I'd be like, all right, I understand it. You know,
I agree.
you're getting a little up there. You're getting a little up there.
27. 27 years. Literally, it's the wildest thing for me, honest to God. The craziest thing, one of the craziest things about growing up that has really nothing to do with growing up, but that like I notice a lot is watching sports. In the sense of like whether it's golf or football or hockey, whatever it is. And like you look at
money
these
did he make while he's in the NFL?
You look at these guys though, like Drake May. You know, I remember being like 6 years old, and you look up to like Tom Brady, who's like 30. You know what I mean, or fucking 25 or whatever. And it's like, God, I've just always had this view that like they're grown ass men and they're adults and they're playing sport, whatever like that. And now like Drake May is my Lord and Savior, and he's 23 years. He's fucking multiple years younger than me. You know what I mean? I was in school before this guy was born. And now it's like, it's just crazy to see this, to think about this guy retiring, and we're talking about him being young. He's 27. He's 1 year older than us. He's 27 years old. It's crazy to me. I don't know.
I just want to see what his earnings were. Drew Delman's earnings were. And
he was a good fucking center, too. It's not like he sucked. It's not like we're talking practice squad, getting the fuck out of him with nothing. Like, we're talking all pro, very good center. Damn.
Okay, so his contract was for 3 years, $42 million. His average yearly salary was $14 million. His signing bonus was $6 million. And so it looks like he collected $28 million.
Wow.
From the thing I'm reading. And now this could be a little bit off. And he got a bonus for every game he was in of $45,000.
Sure.
His rookie contract was about $5 million. He collected about $5 million off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he made $28 million just from the Bears for those 2 years he was with them.
Yeah.
3 years, technically. That's insane. That's insane. And I'm over here paying a loan for 30 years of $300,000.
He'd be like, here you go.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it would do a dent. I mean, that's not a ton, that would be like, I guess the most equivalent.
You had $30 million in your bank account and you got to drop $300K. Is it really?
But that's like the equivalent of saying like, I have $3,200 in my bank account and now I need to spend, $350. You're like, okay, yeah, I have 3,200, 350 is, not a large portion of it, but it takes a good dent, You see your number go down.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I wonder what his house looks like.
Probably modest as fuck. Probably like a $400,000 house. 400,000 or 500,000, I guarantee it. Unless he's like a big hunter. Some of those guys that get like a shit ton of land, but the house I'm sure is not crazy. I'm sure it's not crazy. Like there was that, I don't remember his name, Sten would know his name, but there was that baseball pitcher who I want to say it was the Blue Jays or some team in Florida maybe, I don't remember. But I mean, this guy's making, upwards of $40 million a year, and he like lived in a van. You remember that guy? He like lived in a van across the street from the stadium, and he would like take showers at the beach. It had to be Florida. Or maybe it was California.
No, that was a football player who.
There was definitely a baseball player. I don't think because he was a pitcher.
Because
it's pretty rare.
There was also a football player
making like $40 million a year. There's some, but there's not very many. Unless you're Dak Prescott, of course, who's Willett's favorite football player.
I fucking hate Dak Prescott and Jerry Jones. I wish those two would get in a plane crash together.
Jesus, Zachary.
I actually don't wish death upon them. That's a little harsh. Who lived at the stadium?
Ocho Cinco lived at the stadium.
That's who I'm thinking of. Chad Ocho Cinco. Yeah,
he lived at the stadium.
Yeah.
Till they got him.
Yeah.
He also drives
a car.
And he eats McDonald's every day.
There was also there was one that like drove like their original minivan that their parents bought him.
There's quite a few of them that did that. Brock Purdy did that for a while because he was making a leap in San Francisco. He literally had a roommate as an NFL quarterback, which is fucking And Sam.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Yeah.
That's like Sam Darnold. Like Sam Darnold flat out lost money winning the Super Bowl. Because like all of his paycheck and his bonus just got fucking raped from California taxes, which is tough. And then next year the Super Bowl's at SoFi, which means the Rams are probably going to go because they'll hand it to Matthew Stafford, Mr. One-Line Touchdown. And good for him. Super excited. Super fucking excited for him. Football's done though. Golf is upon us. That's the reality though. Football is dead. Golf is upon us. We're very close to the Masters. It's coming up here pretty quickly, which will be exciting.
Talk about some guys who live lavish lives. If you're in the live or the PGA, you live a very lavish life.
Well, live, yeah. PGA, not so much. But yes.
I mean,
it's really only.
I don't know. I look at these guys.
The top 30. Below the top 30, they do not make very much money. You got to win. Those that win on the PGA Tour, you're chilling like a. But a lot of those guys lose a fuck too. Now, live, those guys are balling. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They play 14 weeks a year. To guarantee to make a retarded amount of money. And then they make so much more. Like John Rahm last year, I mean, I saw the number, and it was something like if you take like the 180th world ranking or 280th world ranking golfer all the way up to like the 30th world ranking golfer, and you combined all of their income for the year, John Rahm made more money in that just winning the individual championship last year for Liv. Not including any other tournaments, not including anything else, not including his base pay, nothing. Just his winnings for the individual at the end of the year in Michigan. He won more than all of those.
You know what the most wild one, and you and I have talked about this 100 times, and if Matthew Dew was here, he'd really get into it. The most wild one to me that they don't make a lot of money is the UFC fighters. Like, their purses aren't that big.
Yeah, but they make a lot behind the scenes, too.
Well, yeah, now, you know. But
like
I
Daniel
mean,
Cormier came out and was talking about how like the first time he fought whatever, he had an 80-80. So like 80 grand to show, 80 grand to win thing, right? So let's say he showed and won, it's 160 grand. But then like 2 days later, Dana hands him a check for $2 million. Right? So, but I think a lot like the PGA Tour though, where you get rid of like the top, 10 and like everyone else. Like think about the people on the undercard who are making, it's like I think now it's like 50 and 50, but it was like 10 and 10, like 10K to show up, 10K to not. Like that's nutty. And they got to pay all their coaches and all their trainers and fucking all the health shit after that. And it's tough.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, I can't remember what it was in Here Comes the Boom, because they're like,
50.
oh, yeah, he just took his
or it was 10-50
or
show to 10. Yeah. Like even if we lose, we'll make 10 because that's all he needed. But then they end up stealing the money, so he needed 50, and it was 50 to win.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, he just took his 10,000 and ran like a bitch. And he goes, excuse me, he made $10,000 to lose that fight. He's like, I'll do this shit all day long, man.
I absolutely would as well. I watch some. You ever see those TikToks or they're on Facebook a lot where it's like AI and it's like it'll say something like, your best friend's in jail. What would it take for you not to talk? And it's like a KFC card. Have you seen those before? I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
One today was like, you have to drink one glass of this every day for a week to have $1 million. What are you picking? And it was like supposed to be horrible shit. And I'm sitting there like, I will drink every one of these every day for a year. If I get $1 million. It was like seawater, tuna water, gravy, spoiled milk, like shit like that. I'm like, I will literally like fill this massive cup up with all of that every day for a year. If you're giving me $1 million, that's like the whole would you punch your wife for $1 million thing, or like $1 billion? And the guy's like, $1 billion with a B? You'd have a hard time getting me off of you for $1 billion. I'd hit you in the face with a snow shovel, take a video of it, and send it to your mom. For $1 billion, $1 billion. There is like very few things I would not do.
For $1 billion, I mean,
besides like hurting my family, like I mean me, like personally me, literally almost anything that you could name, I would do.
I'm not killing anybody close to me.
I'm not saying killing. I'm just saying like physically to do. Like anything you can think of to do, you can't. I will sell out every moral value that I have to my life immediately.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah, I mean, like, as long as it's not going to like hurt my family, like to be detrimental to my family.
That's what I said. As long as it's not hurting my.
Yeah. No, I see those videos all the time though, and they're like, "Would you punch your wife for $100,000?" And he comes running out of the bedroom, And Lauren's always like, I don't understand why they have to be like so dramatic about it when they do this.
I'd
Like
hit
they
you
want to
with
hit
my
the wives
truck.
that bad.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, $100,000 is.
I'd hit you with my truck, literally, and I would not feel bad about doing it either. Who's that? Who is that? Was
Yeah.
that your wife?
It was Bethany.
Oh, I'm not surprised. That
It was
does not
Bethany.
surprise me.
Old Big Og B. Well, we are quite into it now. We're almost at the 1 hour mark. I think it's time for the old TB3.
I thought this was going to be a 3 hour episode.
This is going to be our episode.
A 3 hour episode.
A 3 hour episode? Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
So we went a little back and forth. I wanted to do famous people with the name of Jennifer, but apparently Mr. Austin can't think of 6 people named Jennifer. And then I sent him a list of 45 famous people named Jennifer, and he can't pick fucking 6 out of it. So whatever. So we went with Netflix originals. So that could be a TV show and or movie that Netflix themselves produced and had on there. And I will say that I think I went a little heavy with the shows up top.
And I don't think I went heavy with movies. I went heavy with the movies on both.
I went heavy with the movies on the bottom.
Okay. I actually only have one show.
Since I have no idea what's going on in the world anymore, I am going to say my number 3 on the bottom is Red Notice.
Really? That's surprising.
Number 3 on the bottom, Red Notice.
You didn't like Red Notice, huh? Fair enough. Number 3 on the bottom for me is going to be Bright with our guy Wilson. Yeah, not a fan of that movie. I didn't think it was good. I just didn't like the movie. Not good.
Yeah. It was odd. Like it had like the right concept, it just wasn't executed.
Yeah, I actually think that like the storyline of it, like it's kind of in the future. There's like the ogres. Really, to me, it was just like making racism not black.
Yeah.
Like that's what it was.
Yeah.
It was like black people first.
It was speciesism instead of blackism or racism.
That was it. That's the whole thing.
Blackism. I can't believe it.
And it was almost like ironically bad written in that sense. Like they happen to all be gangsters and gangbangers and drug dealers. You know what I mean? There's the only one org who's a good org and shit. Yeah. Bright was a shitty movie. Bright at 3.
Number 2 on the bottom for me was Fuller House. I grew up on Full House. It was a very good show. They tried to do Fuller House. It was just a nostalgia thing. Let us bring back, a couple of these randos, and we'll make it work. And it didn't work. So,
okay. 2 and 1 was kind of tough because I really didn't like either one of them. But I'm gonna do Hubby Halloween at number 2 for me.
Disappointing movie.
Yeah, it was a flop.
Disappointing. It was one of those Adam Sandler movies that you're just like, why do you do it?
And he made like $300 million off making it. So it's like whatever.
Yeah, my grandpa hates him. He's like, I hate that he plays a retard in every movie. And it's like, the guy's done great doing it though. The guy's done great. I watch Grown Ups every time I'm scrolling on cable and it's on. So I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
he's just the fact that he did all that and then has all of his friends. Like, I mean, you could name 5 people that would not be remotely successful without him in his life, and that's a true guy. And then he walks with Anne. He's a legend. He is a living legend.
Yeah. That brings me down to my number 1 on the bottom, and that would be You People with our boy Jonah Hill.
Yeah, it's funny.
Not a fan of that movie.
I've actually watched it quite a few times. I just think that it's so, again, with the whole pendulum, right? I think it's just so over the top, with it all. It's so over the top. I do like the mom. I like his mom. It's pretty funny because, like, she's so racist but tries not to be, Like that I like. I like that shit. That was pretty funny. But other than that, the movie is horrible. And Jonah Hill with the fat and the hair and everything was just terrible.
And he's just trying to be like Jonah Hill's just not that guy. He's not.
I agree. Like Chris Farley, I feel like could have played a great role in that. To be honest.
Yeah. Chris Farley probably
he could have made his way.
That
around.
one would have been fun.
Yeah. Yeah, but
That'd been
Jonah
funny.
Hill. And then it's like, again, we talked about this before, and I won't beat on it too much, but it's my problem with modern day comedy, where they're not fucking comedy movies. They're fucking legit romantic comedies, or they're serious movies that happen to have comedy, but they're not. We don't get like a Tommy Boy anymore. Or anymore. You know what I mean? We don't have like legit comedies, and it drives me nuts. Okay, whatever. Number one for me on the top, another Adam Sandler movie, surprisingly enough. A lot of Adam Sandler on my list. I'm starting to realize that now. He's got a lot of, but is The Ridiculous Six. Hated that.
Yeah.
Hated it.
Yeah.
That was, again, with the pendulum, just over the top retarded. And it's not like he played an idiot. It was just dumb. Like, the carrot, I just didn't like it. Wasn't a fan. Some of the stupid movies I love. Some of them I hate. That one I just didn't like.
Yeah, some of them are funny. Hey, The Waterboy. I love The Waterboy.
Billy Madison?
Billy Madison's a good one.
How you down with all that?
But, yeah. So that brings us up to the top. I do have one honorable mention, and that is going to be Big Mouth. I was a big fan
Is
of
that
Big
a
Mouth.
Netflix original?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I was a big fan of it. The Hormone Monster, all that. That was just a funny show. It was funnier to me because when that came out, what were we, 15, 16? So, like, we were going through a lot of, like, you know, like, it was very fresh to us. So it was just very funny to see that perspective of it.
I respect that.
Very funny people in that show, too.
I respect that. Do you have a number 3?
Oh, yeah. Number 3 for me is Cobra Kai, but not, I haven't watched some of the later seasons. It's like those first, like, 3 or 4 seasons were very good. And then it just kind of felt, you know, like it was a cash cow. They just milked it for too long. But the very beginning of it, you know, that was a nostalgia show that I think did very well. And it was just, you know, like that fun, goofy. Like them doing karate in the school was funny. I like when Stingray's in it. I like the kid with the mohawk.
Never watched.
You know, it's all fun. Oh, it's a good show, and that until like the 4th season.
Yeah, I never got into the Karate Kids in general, the movies. I like the one with Will Smith's kid, just because that came out, you know, obviously more around my time, but I never got into those. I have to give them.
I was very in.
I'm not against it.
I was very in.
It's my top 3 is tough. It really is, because I could make a very strong argument for every one of these being number 1, to be honest with you. So it's kind of like a 1A, 1B, 1C situation here. These are all, in my opinion, like Netflix or not. Like, I have 2 movies and 1 show, top of the top for all of it, okay? So we'll just go with the order I have. And number 3 for me is The Irishman.
It's a very good one. I forgot that was a Netflix movie.
Yeah. That was, I forgot to say, I'm sorry. Honorable mention for the bottom for me that I did not put, that almost made the list, was El Camino. I forgot to say that, but that's in there.
Really?
Did not.
You didn't like El Camino?
No, I thought that Breaking Bad is one of the greatest shows ever made. I thought El Camino was ass. I think it was them trying to pull money, and I did not like it at all. But sorry, Irishman at number 3 for me on the top.
Did you ever watch Better Call Saul?
I love Better Call Saul. Nothing against that.
I watched. It's a good show, and I just haven't gotten like you know, like I've watched a good majority of it, but not all of it.
I haven't finished it, but I have nothing against Better Call Saul. No, I like that. But The Irishman I thought was great. Very long movie, 3.5 hours. But like that's a prime example of a shitty human being, Robert De Niro. That's just a fucking unbelievable actor. Like, I'm not like a lot of people that you know who I'm talking about right now, who, you know, disagrees with somebody politically or how they act and like can't enjoy them, what they do. Like he's arguably top 5 all time when it comes to actors.
I could agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
So then we're gonna bring me to my number 2 on the top, and it's actually gonna be The Wrong Missy. I thought that was a very funny movie.
That checks out.
Very relatable.
Good for you.
Funny movie, but
yeah, I grasped that for you, especially when it came out too. It was great timing. You got a lot of good timing in your list here. That was a very good Willett movie. I won't deny. It's a great film. That's a funny. The only part of that movie I don't like is what's his fuck, who is outrageously fat for no reason in that show. His assistant or boss or whatever it is. What's his name? I cannot think of his fucking name right now.
Oh, Nick Swartzen?
Whatever.
Like,
he's like randomly massive when they film that movie. Like massive compared to any other movie that he's in. Not a fan of that. But that is a funny movie. Hi! That's funny.
All the way down the knife. It's funny.
Shout out to Laura, number one. We're going to go with number 2 for me. Now, I want to be caveat here because I believe it's the first 4 seasons. It could be up to the 5th season. I don't remember. I think it may be the first 5. I, honest to God, like, this is my opinion again, so fuck what you think. But is right up there with, like, Breaking Bad. And that's going to piss people off. But that's just my opinion. And that's House of Cards at number 2.
Yeah,
I
very
think
good
that
show.
until Frank left, I swear to God, that is one of the very first time you watch it. Like, that's one of those things I wish I could rewatch for the first time ever, because like shit just happens and you're like, whoa. Like, that's one of those ones, like, the problem with that show is it's not something that you can like scheme through and fall asleep in, like, because you'll wake up 2 episodes later and what the fuck happened. I think that I believe that there's so much more of that actually going on too in real life than what we like to pretend like it is. I think it really showed a lot of how shit rolls. And I just think it was, again, horrible person. We can all agree with that. But another unbelievable actor in Kevin Spacey. One of his better roles he's ever played, in my opinion, if not the best role. That I loved House of Cards, and it just sucks. It sucked, like, that kind of shit, because it was never supposed to happen. It was not supposed to go that way. It wasn't supposed to be him off the show and dying and her coming in. But he has to be a worthless piece of shit in real life and ruin it. It's like The Ranch, with fucking what's his face, Danny Masterson or whatever. These fucking pieces of shit. They gotta just keep their fucking dick in their pants, all right, and keep making great shit. They ruined it.
See the thing with House of Cards that sucked was, like, when they replaced it, like, the show didn't keep going. Like, it didn't have a direction without him.
Yeah,
Like,
because it wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
They didn't know. It was setting up so good. And then it's like, oh. And she was, and I love her, but horrible in that role. Horrible president. I watched 2 episodes after he left, and I never finished it. I was like, I'll never do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, no, I think I did the same thing.
Yeah. I wanted to. I wanted to like it.
So good.
I gave it every benefit of the doubt, and I'm like, this is not good. You could tell the writing was fucked. It was rushed. They didn't know what to do, and I respect it. I'm not mad at them. It's not their fault. It's Kevin Spacey's fault.
That's literally the only reason that one didn't make my list. It's just because you just never got a good conclusion in that one.
Yeah, I agree.
And there was a lot of gay stuff happening.
There ended up getting a lot of gay shit at the end too. There, which, listen, hey, we're all about we're all inclusive here on Not Supposed to Be Here podcast, but yeah, it did get a little.
It got a little too graphic for me,
Yeah, that's a good way to say it. A little graphic.
My number 1 on the top would be The Ranch, and that's also a timing thing. That one's it's just when I watch that one, a lot of good memories, just a lot of one-liners between you and I. We watched it all the way to DC. The Call Me the McRib because I'm back, bitch. It's just Sam Elliott in that role. I never thought I'd see Ashton Kutcher as like a cowboy thing, and it would be funny, and it was hilarious. She'll be the tit on an almond. There's just so much good that came out of that show. And then, like you said, like Danny Matherson's or whatever, getting kicked off.
Piece of shit.
That sucked.
But what the fuck?
But they did bring in Dax Shepard, and I thought that Dax Shepard's character was good. He filled not the role of Rooster, but he filled enough that it kept the show alive and well.
I think that I'm surprised it's up there. I actually just rewatched it all again, like about a month ago. I think that, I guess it's props to them, because I think that the writing, like, they did it correctly, where House of Cards did not. Obviously, they weren't planning for that to happen. That wasn't the objective. They had to scramble and make it work. But I think that they wrote. I'm not a big Dax Shepard in that show. I don't hate it, but I'm not like anti. I think that they wrote it so well, though, that like you could have made a storyline where like Rooster never left, and Dax Shepard still showed up, and then it was the 3 of them running the other rant. You know what I mean? I easily could have seen how that could have happened. So I'm not like super against it. They didn't necessarily like shove it down your throat either, because he was kind of there, and then he wasn't there because the army PTSD shit, and then he was there, and then finally he's a part of it, and then he starts dating Mary, so then he's kind of off again. So like they didn't like shove it down our fucking throats, and then rather than like just putting the elephant in the room right there. They kind of danced around it in a good way, where they had Bo then starts having love troubles and shit, and then her house burns down, so then it kind of focuses on Bo and her, and then he has the heart attack and everything, so it's like, I like the show. It's hard for me to put it in the top 3, but I do like it.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just there was just so much with that show, like where you and I just think about us driving to. There's
was a
just
great time.
it's just there's a lot of nostalgia to it.
Sure.
It was just a funny show, and it was just like it was a well written show.
Yep.
And I think that's what it was. Like the only thing like that I never liked about that show, and my biggest complaint about it was the mom when she would swear.
It's so like it's so forced and never sounded right. I agree with that. Like Sam Elliott can swear like I drink water. Like it's just flow. Like that's a guy. That's another guy could argue top 5. And it's just he plays that role. I think that Danny Masterson or whatever the hell his name is, he played Rooster unbelievably well. It was a great role for him. Ashton Kutcher, I think again played a great role because he's not some cowboy. He's wearing Uggs and he does the hair shit and everything, and it's like he's really not. But like that, I get it. I get it. I do. I get it. I get it a lot because it's almost like there's a lot of similarities there, in the sense of that. It kind of goes back to like the fucking Gary Howell shit, where it's like, like you wear a suit every day, whatever, but then like you're out on the farm, you go deer hunt, whatever. You get what I'm saying? Like he played that role very, very well. So I grasp that. I'm not against it. Number 1 for me, it's tough to compare because he doesn't do a lot of these roles, but I honestly, this could be in the top 10 movies of all time for me, and that's Uncut Gems. I think that movie was unbelievable. Very, very good. Another movie, again, if I could watch it for the first time ever again, would be awesome. Because you're like, whoa. He just gets killed right at the end. Spoiler alert. But Uncut Gems was unbelievable. And that, to me, is kind of when, like, the Netflix original movies really started. Like, they weren't just, like, making bullshit and putting it. They're like, hey, we're going to dump some money behind this and actually make a good movie. That's when it all started for me. So, I like Uncut Gems.
Yeah, very good one. I think that The Irishman was a good one that I missed on that list.
Irishman was very good.
Irishman honestly could have been my number 1.
Yeah,
because just I love the mafia thing, and then just like the Jimmy Hoffa and all that, the way they tied that in. It was just very good film.
I like it because it kind of follows his life, right? Because he was like a good guy who was a family man. He fucking drove the truck, and then he kind of just happened to meet this guy, and kind of progresses, and like it's very slow but fast in the sense of like, goes from just driving a truck to oh, the lock got broke, whatever, and now all the meat's gone because giving meat to them, and then slowly, and then fast forward to the end, he's doing hits on people, and then he's giving the people the hits. It's just a great movie. Well, I watch it every deer camp.
Didn't one of them have to like sit in the back seat with like a fish or something like that? There was fish in the back seat. Or was that
one guy?
Or am I confusing Breaking Bad in that? Because it's the
no,
same.
You're
kid.
right. There was the. Okay. It was the. I'm trying to think. It's been a while now. He either did something wrong or something, and they were like, get in the back, and there was a fish in the back, and he was like, I'm not sitting back here, there's fish back here, whatever, like that. And they're like, no, you're going to sit in the fucking back. It is The Irishman, I just can't remember. Can't remember why.
Well, I remember that Robert De Niro sits in the back seat with Hoffa when they're going to go kill him. Because that's like the thing is like, if you're going to die, you're always in the front seat because they're going to pop you in the head and then roll you out or whatever. And so he's like, what kind of fish was it? Like, they're like driving, and they're like, what kind of fish was it? So what do you mean? It was mackerel or whatever.
Yeah.
Funny film. Good film.
Yeah, you look up The Irishman, and the first thing that comes up is the fish scene. Yeah, it's the one guy. It's the guy that plays in Breaking Bad, the young kid. And then Robert De Niro is in the pasture, and he's like, I'm watching right now. He's like, I'm not sitting in the back, there's fish. And the guy's like, oh, it's just fish for later, don't worry about it. He's like, I'm not fucking sitting back there. It smells like fish. Can't remember his name. But he died. Sally Buds.
Sally Buds.
When they kill Sally Buds.
Good film.
Great film.
Good pod.
Great pod.
We're back.
Here and forever.
We tried to do the right thing last week. Just did not happen. Week before that, God was at a struggle bus.
It's been solved.
So I mean, hopefully technology's back on our side, folks. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell us the things you want to see. Give us some TB3 ideas, because we're out here just spitballing at this point. Oh man, I tooted. It's a good night.
Good riddance.